मैं भी भूल गई थी। तो चल ना रहा हूँ।
I start by brain dumping everything I need to get done in a list view. Next, I set a priority and the following is the lecture on Lord Balarama Appearance Day, Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, given by His Divine Grace A.C.
98, 99, 100.
Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Chapter 2, Prayers by the Demigods for Lord Krishna in the Womb.
Lord declared to Yogamaya that my plenary expansion, Ananta Shesha, who is now lying in the womb of Devaki, and because you will transfer him to the womb of rain on account of being forcibly attracted, he will be known as Sankarsana. On the other hand, because he will be the source of all spiritual power, one will be able to attain the highest bliss of life, which is called Rama. Therefore, my plenary portion, Ananta, after appearance, will be known either as Sankarsana or Balaram. In the Upanishad, it is stated, now has Mahapada purpose is that nobody can achieve the supreme form of realization without being sincerely favored by Balaram. Balaram means Balaram. It is not that Balaram means physical strength. Nobody can attain spiritual perfection by physical strength, but one must have a spiritual strength which is infused by Balaram. Sankarsana, Seshananda is the power which sustains all the planets in their different positions. Materially, this sustaining power is known as law of gravitation, but actually it is the display, the potency of Sankarsana. So Balaram or Sankarsana is spiritual power, the original spiritual master. Therefore, Lord Nityananda Prabhu, who is also incarnation of Balaram, is the original spiritual master, and the spiritual master is representative of Balaram, or the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who supplies the spiritual strength. The Chaitanya Charitamrita, it is confirmed that the spiritual master is the manifestation of Matsya Krishna, and Yogamaya was ordered by the Supreme Personality of Godhead in that way. She circumambulated this Lord, then appeared within this material world according to the direction of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. When the supreme power of the Supreme Powerful Personality of Godhead attracted Lord Sesha from the womb of Devaki to the womb of Rohini. Both of them were under spell of Yogamaya, which is called Yoga Nidra. When this was done, then people understood that Devaki's seventh pregnancy was miscarriage. Lord Balaram, although appeared as the son of Devaki, was transferred to the womb of Rohini to appear as husband. When Brahmanis was so eagerly requested by Nanda Maharaj, he then performed the naming ceremony as rigorously as possible and the counsel of Nanda Maharaj to inform Nanda Maharaj that this child, son of Rohini, his attitude will be very much pleasing to his family members and relatives. Therefore, he will be called as Rama. At the same time, this child in the future will be extraordinarily very strong. That he will be called Balaram. But at the same time, your family and the family of the Gurus been so intimately connected and attracted. So his another name should be Sankara. This means that Brahmani awarded three names to the son of Rani, namely Balaram, Sankarshan, and Baladeva. But he carefully did not disclose the fact that Balaram also appeared in the home of Devaki, but he was subsequently transferred to the home of Rani. However, Krishna and Balaram are a real brothers, being really sons of Devaki. When Krishna was engaged in his transcendental questioning, exhibiting his internal potency along with the superb fortunate powers, why there was another chance of exhibiting the superhuman power of Godhead, when his most intimate friend said, Shiva, Soma Krishna, all of them combined together began to embrace Krishna and followed with great love and affection. We will find it not that just near this place, there is a big forest of the name Kadava. This forest is full of palm trees. All these palm trees are full with fruit, and some of them are falling down, and some of them are very nice, even in the tree, very nice place. But on account of a great demand, and the Inukas food, it is very difficult to go there, and nobody can reach the trees to collect the fruits about there. My dear Kodara, it would like, let us all go there and enjoy the fruits, flavor of the fruits, and now everywhere spread. And then too, cleanse the flavor from here to this way, and Balaram and Krishna were requested by their intimate friends that they have become inclined to please their friends, and with their smiling face began to proceed towards the downward being surrounded by all other coward boyfriends. Balaram immediately after entering the downward began to jerk on the trees with his arm, prohibiting the strength of the trunk of the elephants. Immediately on account of this jerking, all the ripe fruits fell down on the ground, and the fruits were falling by hearing the sound. Immediately, the demon, who was staying there in the corner of the land, began to approach the place with great force and gently with more feet so that all the trees began to bend as if there were pockets of earthquake. He wanted the water of the land first of all, and there before Balaram and just moving a little behind right hind leg of the tail of Balaram. But it was sitting, Balaram did not say anything. At the yawn, and again came back, and with great anger, again began to beat on the tail of Balaram. And Balaram immediately got hold of the two legs of the head in one hand, and immediately wheeling on the ground, coming on the top of the tree, Shivana Island, by his blood being wheeled around by Balaram, lost his life. His one tree of the body of the demon helicopter was crossed by Balaram, was the ingredients of what? But on account of the heavy body of the demon, that with one tree fled on other tree, and in this seventh tree fell down again. And there was a great hurricane passing through the forest, and all the trees were falling down one after another. Vision of extraordinary strength by Balaram is not attempted because Balaram is the personality of Godhead known as Ananta Krishna, who is holding all the planets on the millions of books manifestation is maintained by him on the friends and associates of the universal and immediately combined together and Rama and Krishna will play together to retaliate and revenge the death of their friends and universal. And Krishna and Balaram, both of them, began to get them each one by the iron leg and exactly the same way willing them with all of them. All of them were exactly the same way thrown over the palm tree. The ground of the dead body of the actor thrown on the top of the tree. There was a light panoramic scene as if the clouds of radiant color and everywhere. Hearing this great incident, the demigod of the high planet began to summon flowers on them. Began to with their drums offer their devotional prayers. It's right when all the gods, boys, and Ramakrishna engaged in the dance and at that time, one great demon of the name Ramasur there in them. They desire to kidnap both Rama and Krishna from their Krishna island, although you are playing the part of ours boy, because he is the supreme personality of Godhead and could understand everything past, present, and future. As such, Ramasur interest in this, he began to think of how to deal with him and what was thinking so. Externally, he received him as a friend, calling him, my dear friend, it is very good that he has also come to take part in our pastime. Krishna then called him friend and then ordered them that now we shall play powers and challenge one another in match. Please bear this proposal. All the cowards had gathered together, and some of them took the side of Krishna, and some of them took the side of Balaram. And after this, they arranged how to play a class. That was that somebody would take other on his back as horse carried the master. If one is the movement was made that in dual fighting, the defeated party will carry the victorious party on his back. In this way, they began playing at the same time, taking attention of the cows, and they began to proceed through the forest which was known as Mandeva. In that sport, the party of Balaram, Siddha, and Krishna became victorious, and the party of Krishna, held by other boys, had to take each of them on their back. That's the least thing of the Mandi forest. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, being defeated, had to carry on his back Siddha. Similarly, our person carried Krishna to imitate in them. The Ramasur would appear there as a coward boy and to carry Balaram on his back. The demon for Ramasur was the greatest amongst the demons, and he thought that Krishna was more powerful, and in order to avoid the company of Krishna, he carried Balaram all the way from the place where they were to take the down. The demon for Ramasur was undoubtedly very strong and powerful. Still, he was getting Balaram, who is compared with a mountain. Therefore, while getting Balaram, he was feeling too much burden. And now he began to assume his real form of human. That's when he appeared in his real figure. He was decorated with golden helmet and earrings, and then appeared just like the cloud with lightning line that being surprised by such appearance of demon, began to thinking that how is it that the carrier has changed everything all of a sudden, and Balaram was settling in his mind, and he couldn't understand that he was being carried away from his friends by the demon to kill him. Immediately struck the head of the demon with a strong fist as if the king of the heavenly planet struck the mountain with thunderbolt, thus being stricken by the fist of Balaram. The demon fell down, and just like a snake smashed on his head, and he was vomiting blood out of his mouth, and immediately the demon became unconscious and fell down, making a great sound as if a great hill was falling down, being struck by the thunderbolt in England. And Balaram saw the great demon was that skill like Balaram. At that time, all the Brahmas were rest together there, being astonished by the ghastly scene. They began to accuse Baladev with the word, Vesta. All of them began to embrace Balaram in great affection, and all of them were thinking that Balaram had returned from the death. He said, all of them began to criticize Balaram, and after that, basing some congratulation, great demon Balaram that being killed, all the demigods and the heavenly planet became very well satisfied and began to shower flowers on the accidental body of Balaram. They also began to offer a congratulation to Balaram by saying, well done, well done. Lord, but Balaram visited that place. There was a great assembly of transcendentalists, and a great sacrifice was being performed there. Such a meeting of the transcendentalists was planned for thousands of years, and when Lord Balaram entered the place, all the participants of the meeting, namely a great sages, ascetics, Brahmins, learned scholars, immediately got up from their respective seats and welcomed Lord Balaram with great honor and respect. Some of them offered him respectful obeisances, and those were illness, sages and Brahmins offered him a blessing by standing up. After this formality, Lord Balaram was offered a suitable seat, and thus all of them worshipped him. Every one of them in the assembly stood up on the presence of Balaram, because all of them knew Balaram as the Supreme Personality of God. Education and learning made to understand the Supreme Personality of God. Therefore, Lord Balaram, although he appeared on the scene as a Kshatriya, still all the Brahmins and sages stood up because they knew what Lord Balaram was. Unfortunately, Lord Balaram, after being worshipped and seated on his place, saw Romaharsha, the disciple of Vasudeva, incarnation of Godhead, was sitting on the Vyasasana. He neither got up from his seat nor offered him any respect. Because he was seated on the Vyasasana, he thought himself greater than the Lord. Out of his foolishness, he did not get down from his seat and bow down before the Lord. When a Logat man unites with a high caste woman, then the offspring is called Pratilom. Thomas and Sudha belong to the Pratilom family because his father was a Kshatriya and his mother belonged to the Brahmin family. And because he is transcendental realization was not perfect. Therefore, Lord Balaram remembered about his prophylog heritage. The idea is that any man can be given the chance of becoming a Brahmin, but if the man improperly uses the position of a Brahmin without actual realization that his elevation to Brahminical position is not valid. Lord Balaram, after seeing the deficiency of realization, the Roman son Sudha, he wanted to chastise him because he was falsely bhakta. Lord Balaram therefore said that this man is liable to be awarded with death punishment because although he has the good certificate of becoming the disciple of Lord Vyasadeva, and although he has studied all the Vedic literature from such an exalted personality, he was not submitting in the presence of the Supreme Personality of God. Lord Balaram thus began to consider how he has incarnated in order to chastise false persons who are internally impure but externally pose themselves as very much learned and religious. Giving up such persons by me the proper action so that such persons may be checked from his progressive sinful activity. Although Lord Balaram avoided to take part in the battle of Kurukshetra, still because of his position as incarnation, re-establishment of religious principles was his prime duty. Considering all these points, Lord Balaram immediately killed Romansana Sutta simply by striking him with a kush of straw, which was nothing but a blade of grass only. If somebody questions how Lord Balaram could kill Romansana Sutta simply by striking him with a kush of grass, the answer is given in the Srimad Bhagavatam by the word Prabhu, as I Lord's position in all its and because he is omnipotent, he can act as he likes without any obligation to the material laws and principles. As such, it was possible for him to kill Brahmasana Sutta simply by striking him with a piece of grass blade. All the trees overloaded by the fruit and fresh trees, they came down to touch the ground as he was welcoming Krishna by touching his lotus feet. Krishna was very much pleased by the behavior of the trees and the fruits and flowers and began to smile, realizing that he was and then began to speak with his elder brother, has fallen. And the elder brother, who is the supreme of all our life, and you look at the worshipped by the demigod. Now, let's see how these trees, full with fruit and flowers, bring down to what we have looked at faith. And yes, that because they have been put into this form of life of belief, they are trying to break out of the darkness by which they have been obliged to accept the form of belief. Actually, these trees born in the depth of hands of the Brahman, they are not ordinary living entities. They are an account of their past and life. From an impersonal philosophical point of view, we are now taken to this condition. Strength is like now we have got the opportunity of seeing you in the novel and we are going for further advancement in future life by your personal association. Really, the trees company in that group certificate from this development of life. Your present settled fully as part of the planting. We don't work present all around you. They must be your memories of their past life. And they cannot leave your company because nobody can be prepared as a friend, master than yourself. You are the supreme original personality of Godhead, and the drones are just trying to spread your beauty, granting every moment. I think some of them must be great treasures. Devoted up your last day, and they are hiding themselves in the form of them because they are unable to give us your company even for a moment. My dear brother, you are the supreme worker of Godhead. Therefore, let deeply become great ecstasy has dancing before you. So far, the dear circumstance whose behavior is just like the gopi, and how they are welcoming you with the same affection. The couples who are acting in this form, trying to receive you with great joy because the pure appearance is hospital and their home. I think created the love, even though they are trees and animals, they are very fast. Because all of them are so nice that they present to welcome in the great practice. Practice the practice of great soul to receive another great soul at home. Because in that is verified, it is so nice and confident that it is passing on this body, the footprints of your lotus. Kapoor was saying in this point that when you by the cheap coin, it is quite natural for the Nava inhabitants to receive great personalities like you. The land of the Nava is also fortunate because on the ground you are living the impression of your footprint, your heart, rivers, and plants. They are also so much fortunate that they are touching your lotus feet. Small branch of which you are touching the trees by your hand and then they are also glorious. So far the east and the US are concerned, they are also glorious because you are putting on your glance over them. Somehow they dance now. The gopi, they are still more glorious because you embrace them with your strong heart, being attracted by their beauty in this way. Both Lord Krishna and Balaram appear to enjoy the existence of the Rama in full satisfaction along with the Kasha cows on the bank of Yamuna.
I look different. I play different.
Boxing's the wild west of sport.
This isn't a normal world.